Our first guest today has been helping kids with cancer regain their self-confidence and their dignity through Wigs for Kids since 1997. Carlo Turavani of Transition Salon started the first Canadian chapter of the organization right here in St. Catharines. Welcome to the program, Carlo.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
You've helped thousands of kids through Wigs for Kids, but it hasn't always been kids. Can you tell me about how this idea started?
Sure. In 1992, I started doing adults that were suffering from hair loss through medical reasons like cancer, radiation, alopecia, right? And it's amazing how the universe works because when I started in 1996, your mom, Mike Balsom, was one of my first clients. So it's amazing how this, and we're here sitting having this conversation today, but when I started that in 1996, Mary was my first client, and it was a good memory.
And I remember, Carlo, and I'm trying to hold back some tears here.
No, I understand.
My mother was suffering from cancer, and that wig really did transform her life because as a woman in her 60s, she really did not want to face life without hair.
Right. And it does, and it's part of healing, right? I mean, like the doctors try to take you from the inside, they'll give you the medication that you need, and we in turn will help from the outside to help their self-esteem so they get through this situation they have to deal with, right? Because, you know, hair is not just hair, it's their self-esteem, it's their personality, it's a lot of things, it's emotional, right? So when they get their hair back, it's all part of healing for sure.
That's not all that you do, though, as well. You help them through other ways.
Yeah, I mean, we have a chemically conscious salon, so I mean, all the products are very safe to use. We help them with their hair, obviously, their self-esteem, and then we actually help them, you know, on a consultation where we help them use the right products, because when you go with your chemotherapy, your immune system is deprived and it's suffering, right? So the products that you put on your body are very important because you don't want to contaminate that even more, right? And then 1996, so about 1998, between the 96 and 98, we started getting a lot of calls for children. Now, children wear human hair, the size of their heads are always smaller, so there was nothing out there for the kids, you know? So then I hooked up with Jeffrey Paul, a gentleman from Cleveland, Ohio, that had Wigs for Kids USA, and I mentored under him for about a year, and I brought the Wigs for Kids back to Canada here, and we started in 1998, and to this day, we've helped many, many children for sure.
Can you estimate how many children you've helped?
You know, I mean, there's 1,000, I don't know, you know, it just grows, right? I'm not a numbers guy, believe me, like, and I just want to give you a quick thing because I just come here to talk about the Wigs for Kids, and I started that in Canada, but the hard work goes behind the scenes, and that's my son, CJ. He does all the emails, all the prep, PR, I mean, everything. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this conversation right now. I mean, there's a lot of work. We get a lot of, he gets a lot of hair donations, monetary donations, a lot of emails every day. Even during this pandemic, we thought, oh, slow. It's been crazy because a lot of people grow out their hair.
So you're getting more donations.
Get more hair donations because people are, you know, let their hair grow over the last 2 pandemics that we've had, and, you know, and nobody's coloring their hair that much. So it's all virgin hair, 12 inches. So we get a lot of calls, a lot of donations. So that's been keeping him busy, like, through this whole thing. So just want to make a point of that, not because he's my son, but if it wasn't for him doing what he's doing, this stuff wouldn't be happening right now.
How does the whole process work for Wigs for Kids?
We have social workers from hospitals, doctors. They have an application that they fill out that they have a child under the age of 18. If they're suffering for any kind of medical-related hair loss, it could be chemo, could be radiation, could be trach, you know. So any burn patients at the same time. We had a few burn kids that went through accidents and they burned their hair by accident through an accident. So we supplied them at a complimentary wig, human hair. Cost of goods on retail now, that is about $1,800.
Wow. So,
you know, and it's custom fit to them, so they look like themselves, right? So, because put a synthetic wig on a child, it's not right, because they want to be able to put their hair up, do the things that they normally do every day in their lives, right? So you got to get a good fit, obviously, because they're pretty active at that age too, right? And then it's all blended human hair. It takes approximately 30 ponytails to make one wig. So it's all handmade, right?
And do you make that
no,
right on site?
We don't make it. No, it'd be crazy if we did that.
You collect the hair?
We collect the hair, somebody makes it for us, and then the hair comes back to us and the child gets the wig.
You've seen children's faces light up when they first try that wig on. What is that experience like for you?
Well, you know, once you put that hair on them, it's like the smile on their face is priceless, right? I mean, there's no better way going home at night and seeing that smile on that face when it's complete, because, I mean, at the end of the day, they look in the mirror, they have that smile, their self-esteem comes back. Like I said, it's part of healing, man, you know, and it's priceless. Like, I can't think of another service in the world that makes me more happy to do something like that, you know.
Can you take me back to 2015 when you were honored by Massachusetts General? There's a really neat story behind that honor. Can you explain?
Absolutely. There's a group called the 100. They pick 100 people every year that do things for cancer, whether it be volunteers or, you know, raising money, anything that is cancer related. They pick 100 people every year. And we got picked top 100 2015, and then out of the 100, we got top 5. So during that that time, they sent a production crew down to our salon, and they hung out with us for 2 days. So they were doing films and, you know, like walking around during daily operations. And at the end of the 2 days, they put up a video together, a 3-minute video, which I never seen until they had that gala, and I think it was May 15th, I believe it was, 2015, in Boston, and there were like 2,000 people there, right? And they had a big dinner, and they presented this our award or whatever, and the video, and you know, in the States, to do everything big, right? So they had like the Oscars, they had the red carpet, Matt Damon as an MC. So it's pretty cool, right? So we went there. It was a good experience. We got honored. We got that recognition, and we met a lot of interesting people. And one of the families that I met was the Kraft family, the owners of the New England Patriots, you know. And so they hung out, and we had a conversation. And he in turn asked my wife and I to go down and to see a football game of our choice during that year, and we went down and saw a nice game, and hung out with the players on the field before the game, and met Brady and Gronk and those guys there. It was an amazing experience, man. I'll never forget it, you know.
Carlo, it's amazing how things like that work out. How can people contact you for hair donations?
Yeah, we can go to wigsforkids.ca. So this wigsforkids.ca, so the word is wigsforkids.ca, and then you can contact us on there, and the phone number is there by email or phone, and you know, whatever works for them, for sure.
Carlo, thanks for doing what you do, and thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, Mike. Thank you. Nice seeing you again, my friend.